Hey guys, real quick. There was a second part to that video, and I'm sorry I freaking neglected it because it's really important. It is, yes, we all have bad days. Yeah. It's good. It's not, well, you want to express it because bad things happen, and to avoid them and ignore them is to make the mistake of thinking that they don't matter. They do. Part two. We all have bad days. Make a list of things that bothered you today. I gave you a couple of mine. That's pretty much it. Like the big ones. They were big, you know. Other people have bigger. As I've learned through life, which has a lot to do with, oh my God, the workshop I did for the union yesterday. I had no idea that when I was protecting, no, I was asking the two beautiful African Americans who were my son's best friends to step up and say, yeah, this sandwich has someone else's hair. Can I get a new one? They didn't want to do that because, and I didn't ask. They just said, no, I don't want to complain. And I just said, no, step up, because that was how I was taught. You stand up for what you paid for. I didn't realize that the following would happen, which was they walked up, or Randy, God love you, Randy. He walked up, despite his reluctance, because I urged him to, and he said, hey, this has stuff in it. And I watched because I care about him, and the woman instantly had that block up as, you're a criminal and you're trying to scam me. It was instant defensiveness and instant not superstition, suspicion. She was obviously prepared to believe that he was lying. And that would never have happened if I had gone up there. It's never happened. I've done it. I've had bad things happen, and I've gone up and said, this is not okay. And they said, oh my God, you're right. If I were black, that would not have worked. I didn't know that. At the time, I didn't realize that I had set Randy up to be humiliated yet again, because it happened every time he tried to stand up for himself. People assumed he was a criminal, he was lying, he was scamming, because they had the propaganda that said that that was so. All right. This is something that has been haunting me now that I know how bad it is and how constant it is. And now with Trump saying that, oh my God, we can't teach our police, stop assuming that black folk are criminals. I can't tolerate people who accept that. I just can't. You should know better. Honest, you're watching Fox News, you're watching conspiracy theories. Our president did that, and when he actually got in the position of presidency and the people who actually know reality said, no, that's not really true, he fired them. He hired people who he thought would follow what he believed to be true based on the conspiracy theories that he had gotten addicted to, and they didn't do it. He fired them over and over again, and now he's slowly surrounded himself with people who have absolutely no ethics, no morals, no compunction about lying, cheating, stealing, robbing. They don't freaking care. They'll do what they're told. They spout this garbage because they like, for whatever reason, this slimy job that they have with this awful, pathetic piece of garbage. Sorry. All right. Moving on. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Part two. We all have bad days. Make a list of things that bothered you today. Hope you did that because it's actually cathartic. Moving on. Part two. And I read. Then cross that list out and tell it to fuck off. make another list of what made today great. Let me start. I woke up with a full night's sleep. And I woke up without any obligations for a few days. And by obligations, I'm not regretting the obligations that I had, because I have learned a lot about the value of folks just, well, it goes back to what power does. The reason why we have the First Amendment is because power corrupts. It just does. You put anybody in a position of power, and eventually somebody's going to break it down. They're going to break their morals and their ethics down. So we're out here, the common American, to say, we saw what you just did, we saw that happen, and you're starting to brutalize us, and we're not going to handle it. We're not going to stand for it. We're going to walk the streets. We're going to peacefully demonstrate. That's our First Amendment rights. Meanwhile, the police in Portland are saying, no, you could be peacefully protesting, and they're on video saying this. If you're peacefully protesting, you should leave now, which is negating their right to peaceful protest. You should leave now, or you're going to be hurt, which again brutalizes and violates their First Amendment rights. And I told my uncle, look, the Taliban slammed planes into the World Trade Center thinking that we were going to just break down because we were weak. That's not human nature. We wouldn't be here if we were weak. Those folks died out a long time ago. We are generation after generation, century after century, not those people. You screw us up and you try and say that we can't be honest, we can't be clean, we can't protest in support of people who have been brutalized, you are wrong. Where was I? It was all about being honest, having a good day, and tell it to fuck off. So again, Scott harassing me and trying to intimidate me? No. Fuck off, Scott. Plant your cars across the street from my house and, enjoy that small, pathetic piece of power you feel. But I do know what I'm doing, and I am not stupid, and I will protect myself, and I will do it appropriately. I will do it honestly, and I will do it with integrity, as I do when I protest white supremacy and cruelty and abuse of power. So today was a really good day, and I walked my dog. We went down to the walk, part of the Lewis and Clark Trail on the Columbia River. Again, he did beautifully. He is extremely healthy, even though he's 9 years old and a 100-pound massive German Shepherd, because I feed him carefully. I feed him healthy food, and I cook it for him. I'm not necessarily doing it raw, but it's good for him, and I know it because I'm a carnivore myself, somewhat. So he is healthy. He did well. He was able to be around other dogs without freaking out, which is a big step. And we've been working on this for years, and I had to take a couple years off because my health was not good. Spinal things, which is why I'm rubbing my neck now, because it's been hurting really bad. And his problem with his hip being rebuilt. Thank you, George and Joan, for helping me to get the money together to save him. So he is admired far and wide, and he did beautifully tonight. Also, I love living here. The air right now is compromised by the fires that are going on because of the heat and whatever started the fires. Hopefully it's not some foolish kid who is trying to impress a girl or a boy. but naturally happened. They do. Anyway, we are suffering under an umbrella of smoke. And yet we still have so much clean air, and we still have hawks flying in our trees, and oh my God, things grow everywhere. It's a beautiful place to be. And for everyone else who lives in different places in the world and you have that joy, I salute you. Anyway, again, do part 2. Look at the beautiful things. Embrace them. I wish that for you because it feels great for me. I want you to feel good too. All right. Let's see you guys later. Here we go. Hanging it up. Bye.